From a difficult childhood in Tanzania to becoming an internationally recognized young entrepreneur, and now becoming part of one of Kenya's most prominent political families. This is the remarkable story of Isaya Yunge. But there's another chapter that has captured the attention of East Africa, the story of his relationship with Charlene Ruto, daughter of Kenyan President William Ruto. Who is Isaya Yunge? Where did he come from? How did he build his career? When did he meet Charlene? And what do we actually know about their relationship and the traditional ceremonies that brought their families together? Today, we are going beyond the headlines to tell the story of Isaya Yunge and Charlene Ruto. Isaya Yunge was born on March 23rd, 1990 in Mwanza, Tanzania. His childhood was not an easy one. According to published biographies, Isaya's parents separated when he was young and he spent part of his childhood moving between foster homes before he began his formal education. He also spent some of his early years herding animals, but despite these challenges, Isaiah developed a strong desire to learn, and education would eventually become one of the biggest themes of his life. As a teenager, Isaiah became concerned about children living on the streets. Rather than simply feeling sorry for them, he decided to do something. He began helping some of the children learn basic English and mathematics. His community work eventually led him to Radio Free Africa, where he became involved in a program that gave street children an opportunity to share their experiences. His work attracted the attention of UNICEF. In 2007, at just 17 years old, Isaiah became a UNICEF Africa Youth Ambassador. He even traveled to Germany to participate in the 2000 G8 Summit, representing the voices and the concerns of African youth. For a young man who had experienced such a difficult childhood, this was a remarkable achievement, but this was only the beginning. Isaiah later pursued higher education, including studies at the Institute of Finance Management in Tanzania. While developing his own career, he noticed a major problem facing African students. Many young people wanted to study further, but finding scholarship and educational opportunities was difficult. Isaiah decided to use technology to help solve the problem. This led to the development of Soma app, a platform designed to connect students with scholarship and education opportunities. His work attracted international attention. In 2018, he received the Queen's Young Leader Award for his contribution to young people and education. He was also involved in other technology and innovation projects. So long before the public associated his name with the Ruto family, Isaiah had already established himself as a technology entrepreneur and youth advocate. Now, we come to the part that has made millions of people curious. Charlene is the daughter of Kenya President William Ruto and First Lady Raquel Ruto. She has developed her own public profile through work involving youth empowerment, climate action, and social initiatives. But when did she meet Isaiah? This is where we have to be careful. There's no reliable public account confirming exactly when, where, and how they first met. However, there is evidence that the two knew each other years before their relationship became widely known. A photograph published by the Kenya Times shows Charlene and Isaiah together around her graduation in September 2023. This suggests that their relationship or friendship goes back several years. However, the photograph alone does not prove exactly when their romantic relationship began. For a long time, Charlene and Isaiah kept their relationship largely away from public spotlight. There were no constant public declarations and no detailed timeline of their romance. That privacy made their eventual appearance together even more intriguing. As reports began emerging in August 2026, many Kenyans were asking the same question: who is this Tanzanian man who has captured Charlene Ruto's heart? And suddenly, Isaya Yunge's personal history became a subject of public interest. On August 8, 2026, Charlene and Isaiah's relationship entered a new chapter. Their families gathered at Intona Heritage Farm in Kilgoris, Narok County for a traditional Koito ceremony. The ceremony brought together members of both families and followed traditional Kalenjin marriage customs. There were prayers, traditional songs, dancing, cultural attire, and family celebrations. Charlene and Isaiah appeared together as their family celebrated the beginning of a new chapter. For the Ruto family, it was a particularly significant moment. For Isaiah, it represented the joining of two families from different East African countries, Tanzania and Kenya. And then came one of the biggest talking points online. Social media began circulating claims that Isaiah had paid 7 billion Kenya shilling as dowry. But is that true? At the moment, there is no reliable confirmation that 7 billion shillings was the actual dowry amount. What has been reported is that traditional dowry negotiations took place during the Koito ceremony. The exact amount agreed upon by the families was not been officially confirmed through credible reporting. So when discussing the story, it is important to separate verified information from social media rumors. And when you look at Isaya Yunge's journey, the contrast is remarkable. He started life in Mwanza, Tanzania. He experienced hardship as a child. He became passionate about helping vulnerable children. He became a UNICEF Africa Youth Ambassador. He represented Africa Youth internationally. He became a technology entrepreneur. He created initiatives aimed at helping students access educational opportunities. And years later, his personal journey brought him into the Ruto family. Today, his name is connected to Charlene Ruto, one of Kenya's most recognized young public figures. Their relationship has largely remained private, and many details about how their love story began are still unknown. Perhaps that is exactly why the story has attracted so much attention. From a young boy in Mwanza to an internationally recognized entrepreneur, from helping disadvantaged children to building technology solutions, and from living a relatively private life to becoming part of one of Kenya's most prominent families. Isaya Yunge's journey is certainly a remarkable one. And now, alongside Charlene Ruto, a new chapter has begun. But perhaps the biggest lesson from Isaiah's story is this: never allow your beginnings to convince you that your future is already decided. His story reminds us that difficulty begins can still lead to extraordinary destinations. What do you think about the story of Isaya Yunge and Charlene Ruto? Do you think their journey is an inspiring love story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss your next story. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And please don't forget to protect and take care of your hearts. It's your mama always, official _ Angela, and also my second channel is Official Angela's Music. I make music through AI, guys. And be blessed. Bye.